Now arriving at Lijiang Tower. Initiating match.
Hello everybody, welcome back Post Esports fans. We're here with week number 1 in the spring semester for the ECAC. My name, Warren JuggleGod, but apologies today. Do not have my webcam, just having a few technical issues with it, but ready to bring you the game. We are starting things off on Lijiang Tower. Can't think of a better place to get it started. One of the most classic maps you are ever going to see in Overwatch. And let's take a peek at our teams for today. We've got Gallaudet coming up against our post-university Eagles. We got the same roster that we had last semester, so that's going to be Multikel. On the tank, we got Torero and Vero. On the DPS, Ursodiumlvl and Jojo bringing up the support line. So, looking for a quick rotation here to the point. Gallaudet coming out with a Reinhardt-based composition here, so it'll be interesting to see how this matchup goes. Of course, Reinhardt hasn't seen a whole lot of play recently, just because a lot of the tanks now do what Reinhardt can do a little bit better. Here comes the punches out here from Multikel, trying to get through that shield, but it's going to be Vero who falls first to loss of faith. So that means that we're probably just going to see the post-university Eagles back up just a little bit here. To try and stabilize, make sure nobody else loses their life. First possession gonna go to Gallaudet. And apologies while I get some of the audio situated as well. Hopefully that's gonna work well for you. Torero now pushing in. Multikel does get the pick on the Vaughn, so that's going to open this wide here for Post University. Push just about everybody off the point here. Torero cleaning things up on the DPS for Post University. You're going to flip it over at just about 28-29% here. But that's a fantastic team win coming in for your Post University Eagles. Now, we're going to see them get set up here for this next fight. Most likely, yeah, going to play it pretty aggressive here. Multikel does have their ultimate ready to go. Jojo has the Kitsune Rush as well, so could use this pretty aggressively here because you don't want to let Reinhardt's Shatter get online because that shield's going to be hard for Multikel to use. Here comes the ultimate for Multikel. Big wall coming out from Vons, but the Blizzard is going to come in. Both support ultimates now used for Gallaudet. Big charge comes in. That's going to be Vons just taking names here for Gallaudet. Multikel holds on for just a second, but it's not going to be too terribly long. But what that does mean is Post University has the lead here in percentage. Not going to last for long, but at least they're staying toe-to-toe here right now with Gallaudet. This shaping up to be a very good match, I think. Taking a peek at the ultimate economy now as well. Post University gonna have a few more to work with here. I'm gonna be really looking at Vero right now with this Blizzard, making sure they get that hit. Fortunately for her, nobody's gonna be able to block it, but a big shatter. That's gonna take just about everybody out. 2 people down already. Can they get this Reinhardt down? They are able to. They aren't able to get the sound barrier from their compatriot. Vero now just trying to get through that wall. But unfortunately for them, has to go around. Point still under the possession of Gallaudet, despite them not having their tank. But Multikel is back into the fray now, starting to push forward, seeing if they can get these cleanup kills before Reinhardt gets back. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Lost Faith does take out Torero. Bounce finds another one, 78% here and counting. Post University just needs to take this loss. They need to reset quickly so that they have another opportunity. Multikel should be dropping off the map right about what it looks like they tried to, but just weren't able to. That's going to be a pretty significant stagger. So, Post University going to have a hard time getting here. A lot of this is going to be on Ursodiumlvl. We can see that they are already on the point. Torero goes down, though, before anybody gets here. We do have the Kitsune Rush coming out from Jojo, but Ursodiumlvl falls right there. Another big shatter coming out from Vons. And that's going to be the first round. Close to fair, though. I think Post University did an excellent job going toe-to-toe for the first couple of engagements, but then a little bit, I think, of mismanaged it just in terms of regrouping, right? Wanted to see a little bit more intentional regrouping there. I think with that we should see a pretty good showing here as we move into Control Center for Lijiang Tower. Interesting that we're seeing Vons go over to Sigma. Sigma, of course, though, very, very strong tank. Almost always, at least in Overwatch 2, has been a part of the meta, or at least if not part of the meta, been meta adjacent. Always a strong pick. But typically you're going to see a more brawly character come out here on Control Center. It's not going to be the case this time, though. So Multikel, I think, going to have a little bit of an advantage, especially since the rock is already down. In fact, Von's pushing pretty aggressively. That might have been a little too aggressive. See now if they can get the ice block out of Mei. They're able to do that. A couple of walls going to try and keep them at bay. They're able to get Loss of Faith. Great pick right there. That's a lot of damage. They don't have to worry about it. Now Multikel has their sights set on the other DPS. Both DPS down. Von's now trying as best as they can to survive, but they're going to need to yield the point here to Post University. That's going to be Post picking up the first possession as soon as they cap it. So now I'm looking for a pretty aggressive hold here coming out from Post University. Vero is going to want to see if they can get to that wall right in this choke here. Sigma shield's already down pretty low, already used their kinetic grasp as well, so this is definitely an ample opportunity for Post University to go aggressive. But right now we're just seeing them kind of back up a little bit. Vons does fight off more than they can chew. Here comes the ultimate from Multikel. They're going to chase everybody down. Quick fight win, just one ultimate, so that is fantastic economy here coming out for the Post University Eagles. So we got a sound barrier coming up next. Vero has the blizzard once again. So we're gonna take a peek at here. Beautiful wall separates Vons immediately, forced to use everything they have, and it is not enough. Nice ice block there from Vero as well. We can see Jojo picking up a couple of picks as well, and they get the blizzard out. They get the blizzard out without it even going off. This is a huge, huge push here for Post University. They didn't even have to use any ultimates on that, so they're gonna have 4 in the bank for this one. They need to win 2 more fights here to secure this point, to secure this round. They're gonna want to make sure that they don't overcommit here. So here comes the blizzard almost immediately. It's not gonna be eaten this time by the other squad. Sound barrier comes in from Yorchees to try and save their team, but Vons goes down due to a Death Blossom. That's both DPL's ultimates used here for Post University, but Multikel's got theirs coming up. They just need to watch out for this kinetic flux. That's an unfortunate trade right there. Multikel does go ahead and use, actually just about to use their ultimate. Sodiumlvl has to use the sound barrier too. Post University almost bit off more than they can chew right there. Multikel aware that somebody is flanking here on the high ground. That's going to be Loss of Faith with the Junkrat. And then here comes the ultimate once again from Multikel. Jojo pops a Kitsune Rush. Vons is already down. Loss of Faith tries to layer in some damage onto the point here for Gallaudet, but not going to be quite enough. And apologies there for the name Gallaudet, not Gallaudet. So we're tied 1 apiece right now on Lijiang Tower. Post University really firing on all cylinders that round. They took control of that point. They played it just as aggressively as you want to, as you need to just make it almost impossible for the other team to move forward. And I think, yeah, Vons we see is already swapping back over to the Reinhardt. I think they were able to go toe-to-toe with Multikel a little bit better than on the Sigma. Vons was, I think, using a few too many abilities a little too quickly, but a lot of times it was just because they were in a bad position. Whether or not that's because Post University goaded them into it, or because they made a small error. Regardless, they found themselves in bad situations. So we're going to see a teleport coming out here from Vero now onto the point. That means Post University going to have a great setup. We see the car wash coming out as well, looking to make sure nobody comes through that window either. Multikel using their punch right off the bat, seeing if they can get a little bit of advantage. But Vons goes in too deep. Those turrets perfectly placed, punishing Gallaudet's tank. Now Yorchees trying to stay on top of that wall, trying to see if they can just keep the point alive for Gallaudet, but not going to be able to do it this time around. Post University takes first possession once again. Ooh, Lost Faith gets staggered too. That's going to be fantastic for Post. We can see Vons now trying to push in here for Gallaudet. Going to be slowed just a little bit there by Multikel. Lost of Faith got to swap over to the Torbjorn. We're going to go turret v turret, it appears, in disengagement, but Von's not waiting for him. Jojo's already able to take Tokets down. Without that healing, Vons falls almost immediately. beautiful fight win there from Post University. Just didn't quite wait for the regroup to happen, so I think loss of faith just not being able to contribute to that fight was the big reason that we saw that win coming out from Post University. But going to be a little bit of a different approach this time. They're going to go through White Room. That Shatter online now. A couple of nicely placed fire strikes going to ensure that. Watch for as soon as this shield goes down for the Shatter to hit. Yeah, able to get that backline. Beautiful fire strike. Takes out Sodium. A huge, what was that? A 4K coming out from Fonz to retake the point for Gallaudet. Love to see it. Beautiful play. And now they're going to take this forward position here on the bridge. Vero sticking with the Symmetra, which is interesting. Usually you see that swap coming in. Multikel, though, punishes Vons, who goes a little bit too aggressive over the bridge. Now it's going to be up to the supports to try and hold on to things. We can see Tokits pushing pretty aggressively with that Coalescence, but the TP on the point to get in behind him. Multikel's back into the fight. They're able to take out Lost Faith. Here comes Vons now, trying to see if they can turn this around for him. If they can, they're going to be just about tied, but just not enough healing coming in. Tokit's going to be the last one to fall here. Might get out. Both the supports actually looking to see if they can stay alive, but they're being chased down by Multikel. Looks like they do get out. Oh, I spoke too soon. Unfortunately there. Unable to get out for Tokitsu. Now we've got Acer on the Pharah. A lot of good opportunities for them to just kind of poke in and around with the rocket. 75% here for Post University. They have 4 ultimates. I'm going to be looking for Torero to really make something happen here. Yeah, big wall coming out. Once again, Vons charges in a little too aggressively, punished by those turrets. Here comes a big barrage from Acer, able to get one. That Molten Core finds one. Torero going down low, finds themselves in the Molten Core. Sodiumlvl tries to get that sound barrier. Not quick enough to save Torero, but quick enough to save the rest of the point. It's just Lucio now on for Gallaudet. Pharah is back now, seeing if they can finish what they started. Here comes the Death Blossom. Torero holds onto it for the last moment. Nice shatter there, able to take down one, but it's not gonna be enough. Tokens is back though, don't count them out just yet. But 99-37, that's gonna be your Post University Eagles taking the first map, going up 1-0 here to start this series off. Wonderful showing coming out from the Eagles. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, Vons, what a beautiful play of the game here coming from Vons. I mean, this shatter was picture perfect. Took out the entire rest of the squad. Multikel pushing forward, doesn't know what kind of carnage is happening behind him. Love to see it. Well, we are going to throw it to a short break while we get the next map set up and ready to go, but don't go anywhere. We will be back soon. Hello everybody, welcome back to the action. Once again, Warren JuggleGod Hammond here, bringing you post-university esports action for Overwatch 2 at the ECAC. We are here week number 1, up against Gallaudet. 1-0, the score right now. Again, apologies if you're just tuning in. Webcam, just having a couple technical issues with it, so hopefully have that sorted for the next time you see me. But still got the voice, still got the game. We're just about ready to go. It's going to be Kings Row, the location, the locale that we've all grown to know and love. So I'll be interested to see what kind of changes, what kind of adjustments are going to be made on each side, right? Because in the last map we saw just how powerful of a tank Vance is, right? Vance's very aggressive tank coming out from Gallaudet. You know, if you're not watching, they are going to just charge straight into your backline, swing that hammer, and get a few kills. Multikel this time going for the battle cattle. We're going to see Orisa coming out for the first time for them. This is going to be your post-university Eagles on defense to start things out here. They're going to see how much time they can build off this clock right under the watchful eye of the Mondada statue. Vero picking up the Ash this time, so Bob, that's going to be great for holding on to points. Torero, they're going to have to just work pretty hard to build up that blade. That's going to be the key for them to find value here. Interesting with Acer on the Pharah. That's going to be a quick pick, though. Looks like Torero just hanging out in the back line, waiting to see if they can isolate somebody. Vero poking from a nice off angle here. Vance having a difficult time, I think, just kind of staying alive, making sure that they're in a good position. And again, Vero just doing a great job up from on top of this high ground. They're forced back just a little bit. Their main job is going to be see if they can keep that Pharah out of the air, right? Keep that Pharah in a nice position. There come a few rockets there as soon as they pick off that, or rather boob off that Moira. Now, backline getting peppered here a little bit. Jojo having a kind of manage whether or not they keep their tank up, keep themselves alive. Multikel does go down, so this is a big opportunity here for Gallaudet to try and move in. But right now they're waiting for Vance to get back. Has to use that Suzu on Torero to try and keep them alive. Torero about 60%. What a charge! There it is! Vance again, just coming in with reckless mana. Beautiful sniping fire strike onto that high ground. Vance tries to charge in, but Multikel says no. Stay back there. We don't want you pushing any further. We want to make sure that we get this nice hold here on the choke. Actually, Multikel gonna try and come and see if they can save the day. They burn off a little bit more time, but might have wanted to just hold back there. This choke point right here, absolutely beautiful if you are on defense, especially if you're playing someone like the Orisa. So, a little bit aggressive, might pay for it. It's going to at least, I think, give Gallaudet this first corner here right at the bookshop. Vero once again trying to keep people at bay. Couple of 4 ultimates coming online here for post-university. Plenty coming on for Gallaudet as well. Let's take a peek at what Vance is thinking. Vero, though, finds Acer. Once again, Acer hasn't been able to really build up a whole lot of damage here. What a prediction coming out from Multikel. Able to use that Fortify, keep themselves up, even though somebody went down behind them. Unable to make it work. Blizzard comes in. This time, coming out from Loss of Faith, they're going to be able to take Torero down with the Coalescence. They try for the Blade as well, but that sound barrier was beautifully played, perfectly utilized. Gallaudet has found their footing here on Kings Row, and Vero gonna be picked off at the last second as well. Now Multikel just backing up, seeing if they can escape with their lives. Right now, Gallaudet is playing this map picture perfect right here. They're not playing it too greedy, which is surprising when you've got Vance on your team, right? Who is just going as hard as they can. Acer just about has that barrage coming in. Multikel gonna have to push in. What a wall to keep Bob from contesting a point. It's all gonna be up to Multikel to try and stay on. Already have to use their Fortified, but Vance going down pretty low. He recognizes it now, goes in for the charge, bites off more than can chew. Torero has decided to go for the third turret in the game, that being a Bastion. A lot of damage coming in. We can see they're already up to 60%. Seeing if they can chase down these last couple of picks. They found them, holding off into this corner. Able to get Loss of Faith as well, but Tokitsu fades away with their life. So, nice hold here, coming out for post-university. Multikel, 97. They're gonna have their Terror Surge ready to go on this. That could be fantastic. Coupled with Jojo's Kitsune Rush, they can push right in. They need to watch from this barrage. There it is. The Terror Surge. A little too late pulling that trigger. That sound barrier had enough time, but Acer goes down into the line of sight of both Torero and Vero. Wall to try and keep themselves safe, but Vero says, I don't care, I'm just gonna coach gun up onto this high ground. Yeah, Multikel trying to see if they can pick out these last couple of players. Couple of them hanging out in here. Nice dynamite, that's gonna let them know where they are. Oh, this is interesting. Torero has found May, but uses their ice block. They're not gonna have that for this engagement, so Post University gonna wanna push this quickly, and Gallaudet actually might want to take it a little bit slow, which it looks like they kind of are. Just now, Vance is pushing up. Here comes the barrage, and Shatter lays them down. That's going to be one pick for Torero. Coalescence coming in now, seeing if they can push forward. This is a one-player advantage here for Gallaudet. Sodiumlvl has the nano boost ready to go, but are they going to be able to do anything with it? Lucio bites off more than they can chew. Here comes the ultimate from Bastion as well. Torero seeing if they can pick off these last few players here. They go down. Multikel trying to hold on for dear life. Unable to do it. Torero eats a fire strike. Vance once again. I believe just about the last player standing. Loss of Faith is there as well. They're going to be able to capture that point, but they're not going to have a lot in the tank as they push in to this final point. It's going to give an opportunity here for Post University reset, and with Loss of Faith going down too with that Blizzard, that's a nice stagger here. Post University going to be able to hold this first corner here. Once again, looking at this Terror Surge Bob, actually, that could be a pretty great opportunity. Here comes the Terror Surge, huge anti-nade! What an anti-nade! No sand barrier to be found. Everybody goes down, beautifully played. Sodiumlvl, what a nade to finish that off. You love to see these plays executed like that, right? Clearly something that this squad has practiced, done to perfection, and Vero gets to hold onto the Bob for this next push. They might need it once that Blizzard comes out. Never mind, Lots of Faith goes down immediately. Torero finds them. Vero now just able to hold back, let the rest of the team do their job. Sodiumlvl once again with these nades. We're going to keep an eye on them as well, because that has just been absolutely fantastic. And now, Vance caught in a tough position. They're going to go down under just the barrage of damage coming out from Torero. That shield not going to last long at all. Oh, now Sodiumlvl looking for this sneaky anti-nade here. Nope, decides to go back down to the point. Says, I don't want to get caught out, right? Acer has gone over to the Cassidy now. That could provide a little bit more problems. What a sleep! But they bite off more than they can chew. They go a little too far forward. The Shatter plus the Blizzard plus the Coalescence. They don't catch anybody in the Blizzard. Everybody pretty much able to get out, I guess, except for Multikel. So now, gonna be able to get this first, or this penultimate corner here. Gallaudet is. But a nice headshot coming out from Vero to take out Acer. Vance has to back out just a little bit. Nice dynamo right there. Multikel trying to push the issue. Coming in. Here's that Bob right now from Vero. Just peppering people from the high ground, picking up where Bob has left off. Jojo does go down, but I think it's going to be the only one who does. Nice coach gun to try and get behind the Cassidy here. Oh, but a nice grenade from Ace are going to take them out. Are they going to be able to back off and hold on to their life? They are. That's actually huge right there, because Vero down. This nano boost probably going to go on to Multikel here. Going to see if they can get another one of those anti-nades coming in. Big boost coming in. Has to use the anti-nade to just try and keep their team alive in the midst of it. Got a nano boost Torero. That's so much damage coming in. But the Shatter comes in, but a nice shot to finish things off from Sodiumlvl. And that's going to be round number 1. Post University holds out on the end, but that is pretty good amount of distance that was covered here by Gallaudet. So not going to be an easy thing, to say the least, for Post University. They have got their work cut out for them. That golden box of victory, I think, made it just a little bit further than we see that card right now. We're going to hang back here just to get an idea of what Post University is going to have to do. pardon me for just a second while I deal with a couple things here.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, so there is that golden box of victory. Let's see here. Alright, pardon me, just had to deal with a little bit of stream. Had to try and kick a user, but ooh, we're gonna have the rotation through the hotel coming in here for Post University. Multikel leading the way, but I think they're aware of it. They're gonna drop down. Nice fire strike. That's gonna get a lot of good charge here. In fact, they're going for the full rotation. We're gonna get the speed boost over here. Lucio probably gonna try and boop him. They don't quite make it. Multikel falls to the ground. The rest of the team comes up with him. Nice ice wall coming out. Vaughn's able to, rather, Multikel able to swing through them. It is a trade, 1-for-1, but that's only going to favor Post University. Beautiful fire strike. Lots of faith. They're not going to be able to survive this as well. The hammer comes down, and Post University starting off strong, captures it in their first approach. So they're going to be outpacing Gallaudet just a little bit here on this first capture point. In addition, I mean, look at the ultimate percentage that Multikel has right now. They're going to be able to drop this shatter here pretty quickly, pretty effectively. Vance gets caught out by the wall once again. Are they going to be able to finish them off this time? No, they're able to squeeze out just at the last moment. Charge comes in. Vance throws the shatter. What a block coming out from Multikel. That one's going to land, though. Multikel finds it. They try to get the charge in as well. The sound barrier comes out from Sodium, and that is going to be a beautiful fight win once again for Post University. They're going to be able to get that that very, very aggressive hold as well. Gallaudet unable to find that Arch's hold, which is oh so nice. Yeah, Multikel's shield going down pretty low. They're going to need to manage that, make sure they got it for the next fight. Loss of faith goes down, so card should make it up to at least Bookshop. Yeah, and it looks like Gallaudet's actually going to force the issue. They're going to push in before Loss of Faith has rejoined the group. Oh, big barrage coming in. Is Acer going to be able to get anything from it? Not this time around. The Blizzard in response into the back line. Lucio gets caught in it. Nobody else does. Torero finds their demise as well. This is going to be a 2-for-2. Beautiful Dragon Strike from Loss of Faith. See if they can finish off the rest of the squad. Looking for that headshot onto Jojo, but getting pushed away pretty aggressively from Multikel. Shatter comes into the fire strike to finish them off. Gallaudet had a nice counterattack there, but just unable to quite make it happen. The shatter from Multikel beautifully placed, but Vance has one of their own, so now Post University needs to watch out for this. Is Gallaudet going to force the issue here? I think they might just try and lead it. What a shatter! Never mind! Huge Suzu comes out from Jojo to keep the team alive. Massive, massive play coming out from your Kiriko player, Post University. That right there got them the point because Vance came in with an absolutely spectacular shatter, which Vance is known to do. We have learned a lot about this tank here in this game. Torero going in pretty aggressively here. Here comes the Kitsune Rush. They're going to try and get this right here, right now. The Death Blossom cut short by a beautiful shot coming out from Acer, but it's going to be Post University up 2 players right now. Vance hanging on for dear life, not going to be able to do it. 4.5 minutes left to go. Post University going to see if they can hold on, if they can keep the aggression up. Now it's going to be up to Acer to try and stay in the sky, but also somehow stay alive and contest the point. Multikel pushing pretty aggressively here. Jojo keeping him alive. Multikel has the shatter. As soon as this wall goes down, they're going to let it rip. Post University doesn't even need it. They get game number 2. Going up 2-0. They are on match point right now. And this time, Multikel showing off that Von's not the only Reinhardt here in this lobby. Beautiful play coming out from them. Love to see it. And now we're going to send it to a little bit longer break this time around. Just to give our players some time to get water, use the restroom, things like that. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be back very soon with game number 3, seeing if your post-University Eagles can close it out with a sweep. Don't go anywhere. See you all soon. We are back, everybody. The players decided they just want to play through here, so we are headed into map number 3. This time it is going to be an escort, and it'll be Junkertown coming at you. So, post-University, they have to be feeling fantastic right now. That was a dominant showing on Kings Row. Their defense was a little bit lacking, but the offense could not say anything bad about it. They won every single engagement. They won every single fight. Gallaudet had a couple of really nice moments, a couple of opportunities to kind of take it back, but through some just absolute heroics coming out from your post-University Eagles, they were able to make it happen. They were able to keep a hold on that point. Jojo, that Suzu after Von's shatter was just absolutely perfect. Love what we saw there. So now, comes down to this. Von's going for the Sigma this time around, seeing if maybe that'll provide what they haven't been able to get just yet. That being a win on one of these maps for Gallaudet. And I love Sigma on this map, right? This one has a lot of long silence, especially first point here, so Sigma, I think, is going to work pretty well. Multikel as well on the Orisa, not a bad choice. To Torero, going to have to manage what they do with that turret, right? You don't want to charge that shield of Von's, or rather, those shields. Torero, though, able to pick out Acer almost immediately. They're having a tough time staying in the air. There's been a lot of answers, I believe, for the Vara in today's game. Von's taking a lot of damage here, has to push, has to use their shield. It's going to go ahead and go down, trying now to wait for their own shields to kind of regenerate. Acer finds Torero, though, somehow gets a rocket onto them, so that's a lot of damage now that Post-University doesn't have. And we can see already, Multikel forced to use their Fortify, trying to back out now. And wisely, Post-University giving some room, but it's not going to be enough as Vero meets their demise too. So, no DPS here to support the Post-University Eagles, but they're doing really well staying alive. The support's working overtime right now. We can see Vero swaps over to the Echo to try and provide some kind of air support. Terra Surge already able to find one. Forces the fade out of Moira as well. Tokens meets their demise, able to get this May down too. They're going to be able to finish them off. What a hero play coming out from Multikel. That was absolutely fantastic. I believe they were just down to 2, maybe 3 players. Huge, absolutely huge play from the tank to stop what could have been a first point right there. Vons goes down very low as well. They bite off a little bit more than can chew, unable to find their cover, and Torreira punishes them for it. Multikel continues their just absolute rampage through Gallaudet. Vero on this Echo is going to be a lot to watch for. Sodium going to have to do a lot to keep them in the air. They're going to be the primary person, I think, responsible for the healings. Jojo can give them some as well, but they lose track of them. Vero falls down in an unfortunate position. Here comes a big... oh no, the anti-nade doesn't land. It's just to the side. Sodium tried as hard as they could. The sleep didn't land either. Been the hero in past situations, past engagements, but that one does not go their way. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a close contest here, but I think we're likely going to see Gallaudet get this. They've got a Blizzard coming as well, so that's going to be something huge that they're going to have to deal with. Loss of Faith likely going to try drop it if Post University decides to contest. They do not, however. They're just going to take this more defensible position on this high ground here. So Multikel once again, already with a second Terra Surge. That is absolutely ridiculous. 4 ultimates online here, but they have to watch out for this Blizzard, right? That Suzu needs to be held. Jojo needs to hold on to it for when that Blizzard hits. So Multikel just the only one on the low ground here. Kinetic Grasp already used by Vaughn, so that's a big opportunity here. Here comes the Suzu. That's a long cooldown, 12 seconds, so they're gonna have to hope that nothing bad happens here. Multikel goes in. Big pull right at the same time as the ultimate coming out from Torreira. So much damage coming in, can't do anything about it. So big fight win here, kind of stops the bleeding on this second point. But that was 3 ultimates that were committed by Post University. They're going to be looking at 2 coming out from Gallaudet here. Once again, that Suzu are going to have to be huge here. They're really going to have to hold on to it for Loss of Faith Blizzard. Yorcheese has the sound barrier ready to go too, so even if they get like a nice duplicate, oh, what an anti-nade. Cassidy though looking to come out from the back line there. You heard those steps very loud over to the left here. Multikel and Jojo kind of push him away, but that's a lot of really nice positioning gain. Suzu was out, so no Loss of Faith can push aggressively, especially considering now they've got the Fortify out as well. Here comes that Blizzard. Suzu not quite back yet. Torreira gets caught in it. Vero trying to stay alive. They're actually able to stay up, except for Multikel. Jojo falls right after that as well. Torreira doing everything they can to hold on. It's just the DPS pushing back, but Gallaudet wants nothing to do with it because they came out just a little bit on the short end there. One of the stickies hits, but able to fade away is Tokitsu, who fortunately is able to do that because they've got their Coalescence coming online too. So that's going to be a big thing that Post University has to watch out for. But Multikel has okay, here comes a big duplicate trying to get the Blizzard out, but they fall almost immediately. Big anti-nade comes in. What a Terra Surge again, but this time it's actually going to be Acer who gets the better of them. Gallaudet says, we're ready for it this time. You've gotten us a few times. We know how to handle it now. And at this point, Post University just needs to try and regroup as quick as they can, die, and see if they can get another contest here. Jojo does eventually fall, but not before they get Loss of Faith. That's actually a pretty big pick. I don't know if it's going to stop Gallaudet from capturing this next point, but it has certainly... It might make them think twice. Multikel right around the corner here, debating whether or not they're going to try and go in. They know they're here now. What a Fortify right at the last moment. Huge play there. The ultimate comes in from Bastion as well. Gets a lot of damage in there. Seeing if they can get that Cassidy down too. Multikel just on their last legs, though they have to fall back. Jojo does fall, so those healings all going to have to be from Sodium. Oh. Can they get this stagger onto the May? That would be absolutely massive. 30 seconds left to go here, and Gallaudet has to find a way to get to the point. Multikel pushing their advantage. They're all already going to be down loss of faith if they make it to the point in time. They have that all-important Blizzard. If they can combine that with the Gravitic Flux coming over the top to try and touch. Huge play out here from Vons. The rock lands, but somebody has to touch the point. Somebody has to get there. Big focusing beam, though, coming out from Vero. They knew exactly what they needed to do. The Blizzard does come in. They're going to be able to sustain through it, though. Herculean effort at the last moment from Gallaudet. Loved how they played it, but Post-University was just able to hold out strong enough, and a lot of it due this time to Vero just perfectly recognized that it was that Sig coming over the top, that kinetic grasp not going to provide them any help with that focusing beam coming in, and all of that extra damage because they were down below 50%. Love it. And that's the win condition. That is the victory condition right now. We're going to take a peek at it here. Gallaudet has a win condition on the board. Post-University knows how far they need to go. We're going to wait for the spawn doors to open, so we get an idea of that golden box of victory right there at the edge of third point.
Grand.
So Vaughn says, you know what, we're going back to the tried and true. We're going back to the Reinhardt. That was the best their Sig has looked all match, too, as well. They did a fantastic job on the Sigma, so really an ideal situation for the Sigma, too, right, on this map. So going back to the comfort pick, though, onto the Reinhardt. Loss of Faith says, you know what, I am tired of dealing with your Bastion. Let's get one of our own. Acer not starting out on the Pharah this time around, already swapping over to the Cassie, which is probably a little bit better, especially on this first point, and especially on defense. Multikel, though, says, we are going JQ, we are going Junker Queen, first time we've seen them. Just making sure they stay behind that natural cover. Not going to get a whole lot there. Suzu has to be used early. Loss of Faith does go down, though, as Vero drops in with the Reaper this time. Looking to see if they can get into that backline, chase out the supports right here. But the fade and the speed boost coming in from that Lucio means they're going to be able to get out of dodge. So, nice first fight win coming in from Post-University. They have step number one taken care of. And we can see Gallaudet kind of posting up here on that high ground. Acer swapping over to the Genji. They're just gonna have to watch out for Ursodiumlvl's sound barrier when that comes online. Vons goes ahead and drops. The rest of the team waiting on that high ground. They're getting in a rough position, though. The support wasn't there quite early enough, and Post-University just descends on the squad. And that is 2 fights won. 2 fights left to go. Alrighty, Post-University setting up very aggressively here. They want to take this high ground away from Gallaudet, because if Gallaudet gets this high ground, it's such a beautiful place to set up from. And we see Vons already start to push out just a little bit, making their presence known, see if they can get a little bit done here. Goes for the charge, pretty aggressively up onto that high ground, knocks everybody off. But now, might have bit off a little bit more than he can chew. That's going to be Tokitsu working overtime. Terrera coming in with their ultimate as well. Beautiful shot right there to take out the Junkrat. See if they can finish off everybody else. That might be it all. Everybody, Post-University, going to be able to cruise to victory here in Junkertown with a quick 3-0 over Gallaudet. What a showing. Both squads played their hearts out tonight, but it is going to be Post-University starting off the spring semester with a win here at the ECAC. Love to see it. Let's take a look. Who is it going to be? Yeah, Terrera with this Sojourn play right at the end. It's got to be this one. Yeah, what a phenomenal play. They knew all it was going to take was one more fight win here, and they got it. Delivered it for Post-University. Love to see it. Hello, Post-University Sports. Sorry that y'all came in right at the end here. But that's what happens. So looks like y'all had a pretty quick showing as well. That's going to do it for us here tonight on this stream. Congratulations again to Post University. Thank you all so much for showing up, giving your support to everybody here tonight. Once again, my name, Warren JuggleGod Hammond. Papa Geppetto, good to see you as well. Missed you too. Happy to be back and looking forward to the spring semester here with everybody at Post University. It's good to do it for us. GG's, and see you next time.